Hi everyone, here's another video update from CodersTrust, this time from the office in Dhaka, where I'm currently sitting with the team, as you can see, and in the end we have the students sitting and working. So exactly as the last time, I'm gonna run you through some of the basic events and what have been happening since last week. So first of all, here at the office, there are actually a lot of balloons, and the company have celebrated the 2 years old birthday in Dhaka, and 1 year birthday here at the office. So everyone was gathered and celebrated, as you can see in the picture. So I divided the presentation into a run-through of the students' process from A to Z. So I'm going to go through the user acquisition process, what's been happening in the user conversion, test, trial, and selection, learning period, the freelancing onboarding, and then the earning and repayment period. So we start out with what's happening in the user acquisition. So right now, 80% of all our traffic comes from Facebook. And I actually just talked to 3 new students that just came to the office here and signed up and paid to enter the program. And they heard about CodersTrust on one of our ads, went into a Facebook group, asked some of our students how it was to be enrolled, and that's kind of what motivated them to come. So as you can see here on our Facebook page, currently we're hitting 99,000 likes. So we've been seeing a pretty significant growth in likes, meaning users within our target demographics that are now following us on Facebook. So as you can see, from early October, we went from approximately 40,000 likes to having now almost 100,000, which will most likely happen within this or next week. And if we compare ourselves to the competitors out there, Coder.org has more than 500,000, or almost 500,000. General Assembly has 200. So we come in on a 3rd place, which is far above Code Academy and Dela. And that really gives us reach once we start posting. So as an example, here's a post from the student event where we're awarding the prize for monthly coder, etc., etc. And as you can see, this one got 21,000 likes. So it's a significant amount of students out there, or potential students that are actually watching this or seeing these posts. So one thing is, of course, our organic growth. Another thing is the paid advertising. So we just launched the Indian campaign. So now we're trying to target into a completely new country, new location, with the same kind of Facebook marketing. So we spent right now only 150 Danish kroner, which is approximately $25 US, but at least that gave almost or more than 500 clicks. And as I mentioned in the last update, we can go in and on our landing page see that for this campaign we had 234 visitors and 5 conversion, meaning people that signed up, which is a 2.14% conversion, which is, I suppose, industry standard. But if you see the chart here, actually the conversion was as high as 35%, and then unfortunately went down. So right now, one of the biggest problems is that we are able to drive an insane amount of traffic to the website, but we're not really seeing the conversion we want. So one of the problems is that the students or the visitors might not have enough information to sign up online. So it's fine that they go into Facebook groups, but right now we're working on improving the website. So it's with a new design, explaining the model. So here explain how it works. They set up their profile, then they select a learning path, so they can go into the course of their choosing, and then they're a CodersTrust student. And then below here we're going to have a map with some of the success stories of our students. So another thing to increase conversion is that when they sign up, they're being offered to take student counseling, so for free. So in our process, there's a way to choose to have a one-on-one session with one of our mentors. Furthermore, we created an email system. So right now we have we have a lot of emails, and so within this system we can define the group, like exactly where we lost them in the process, and then send them a follow-up email. So with this email system, we're able to follow up on a continuous basis. And then we implemented a payment system. So right now our users in Bangladesh is able to pay with Bcash and cash. So right now we don't have any active campaigns other than the general promotion on Facebook. But as you can see, there's still been 4 or 5 signups today, and I think 20 yesterday. So we're seeing a constant flow of the signups. Then for the test trial selection, the most important thing there is that we're currently organizing a credit scoring team that is going to look into how we do the evaluation of the students. And of course we're using Upwork, where we have some phenomenal data analysts and developers. So this is the profile of Irakli, who's from Georgia and is currently working as a credit risk analyst, and then is freelancing for us. So in the bank, his main responsibility was to design and maintain credit risk models, and now he's helping us implement a credit scoring system for the test, trial, and selection phase. And so for the more coding task, we have Sava from Russia, and as you can see on his profile, he's been working on similar projects. So here down on you can see that he worked on Portugal on hedge fund investing with the graphs, as you can see here. So they're working essentially on gathering data and analyzing it. And the core idea here is to create a model that it will enable us to define or predict bad students, or essentially people that will default on their loan. So the whole dependent variable here is the bad student. So we're looking into the academic performance, the time to get their first project, the amount earned in the start, the amount earned later, and then the review and rating. And so in order to make some prediction, they look at several independent variables: date of birth, marital status, email, PC at home, use of internet, etc., etc., etc. So this model is being created in a dedicated statistical framework called R, and based on an MySQL database. So the features that they will be able to deploy is the ability to choose dependent variable and perform a univariate analysis to see if there's any correlation between these two variables. And then, of course, another cool feature is the ability to visualize models and performance charts. So I think this is very much at the core of what we're trying to do with CodersTrust, is to generate the data that will enable us to make smarter decisions on who we take in and how we teach them how to code. So right now they're trying to get as much data out of the platform, and then design the model, and then validate it with ongoing data, and then we're working towards a full integration into an existing platform. So right now they're working on the basis of an API that our developers here in Bangladesh are making available. So we go to the learning period. We just did a quick screenshot here from YouTube, and as you know, we have a lot of video content on YouTube, and as you can see, our monthly views on these videos has gone significantly up. So we know that our students out there are taking advantage of the content that at least we have created. Furthermore, we have the students KPI system. So we've been working on this for quite some time, and what you see here is the list of students, and then we have a very simple traffic light system that enable us to highlight if there might be any problem with the student based on different criteria. We also use this system for mentors to report on the attendance and the grading of the students. And then of course we have our WorkSnap, where we can go in and see how much time have been logged by the individual student. So here is all the students, and then there's some basic data here. So if I go in on an individual, I can see that this person has been coding and is actually sitting and watching a video. So that really gives us pretty good control of what our students are doing, and the mentor has access to this and can go in and follow and see the activity of the individual student. And then as I was did a great job in opening up the contact to Code School. So Code School is owned by Pluralsight and is by far one of the most dominant player in the educational content industry. So right now we have an agreement with them where we get access to their content from the portal. So by having this access, we get this really enables us to do a lot more. So we get access to a whole lot of new features, so that gamification, leaderboards, etc., etc. And it enables us to provide a lot more courses. So instead of us having to work a long time on creating new courses, all these courses, as you see here, are made available from their website, and we can essentially integrate them in our portal over time through an API. They're sitting more than 800 people working on this content, so there's no way that we would be able to compete with them on content. So working together with them, they reach a new market, and we can provide world-class content for students. Another thing is, of course, the cost cutting. So if you were an individual student, you would need to pay $29 a month, which is essentially a huge sum. And then they have very, very cool team administration analytics, so we can go in and see exactly what the students are working on. And Code School, as I mentioned, is owned by Pluralsight, and they essentially have courses in all sectors and industries. So at some point that would enable us to expand into other areas if that's what we wanted. So if we jump to the freelance onboarding, we created a success Facebook group. So what you see on the top is the map of where the customers or that our students are working for, where they're located. So right now it's more than 35 countries that our students has been serving so far. So I really think that's one of the unique thing about CodersTrust, is that we're enabling people here in Bangladesh to work for customers worldwide. And if we go into one of the success stories, is Habibur Rahman Jewel, who got this project on Upwork, which is an hour rate of $10 an hour. It's a weekly limit, but that's a pretty decent salary for the student. Another thing is that we've had a lot of our students who's now succeeding on Fiverr, where they're slowly getting better and better reviews. And once they get better reviews, they're able to level up. So Fiverr is really good at gamifying, and our students really like to show these kind of success stories on the Facebook page. Then furthermore, for the earning and repayment period, we've been working for quite some time now to have a full integration of Payoneer. So even this is very basic graphics. We have now a backend system where, as you can see, here is the list of some of our students, and from this backend system we essentially have access and control over their Payoneer account from where they're being paid on the Upwork, and we also not control, but we have access to their debit card. And the way it works is that based on the contract we have signed with the students, we're able to charge the 10% commission automatically. So having implemented that feature, which is going to be released tonight, then we really have the full cycle and full system in place. So that was everything from me. I hope that that gives you a quick update on what's happening here in CodersTrust. All the best from Dhaka.